we believe that value add is now an oxymoron. So in 2020, we're now getting to the point where people are selling anything and everything as value add. This is a building that has been rehabbed 3 different times. It's a value add because it can be rehabbed a 4th time. Here's a building with 200 units, with 50 units that are not rehabbed. That's a value add. Anything and everything is selling as a value add. Anything and everything is selling as a 4 cap. I mean, when's the last time anybody bought property at 6 cap? So we're buying older and older properties at lower and lower cap rates. And we're still calling them value add, and we're still behaving as if nothing has changed. The market's behavior represents the behavior of brokers in 2006, and we all know how that ended. So maybe we can talk about that and the consequences of these kinds of actions as more and more people start believing their own BS to the point that BS becomes reality. At the end of that, I realized that real estate is unique, not just in terms of cash flow or appreciation. It's unique in terms of how much it impacts any business. So my learning was completely different. I was thinking about real estate being a 10x multiplier for a business, which had nothing to do with real estate. It was a technology business. And at that learning made me realize, okay, I need to learn more about real estate because this stuff is definitely different from anything else. It's a force multiplier for people. And I said, can I use this as a force multiplier to build my own wealth, to build my own long-term generational wealth that I can leave to my children? And that's what started my real estate journey in about 2007 or 2008 when the recession was starting. Prior to that, I had already built a number of campuses for my company, and I invested with them, and I got the depreciation benefits. I had the big fat tech salary. So the fact that I was getting depreciation benefits was so awesome. I mean, there was this learning, which is not typical. You don't hear about it on podcasts, but it's incredibly beneficial. And so then I went backwards, I guess, and started with single family in 2008 and built up a rather large portfolio using data science techniques, which are also not commonly heard about in podcasts. So I didn't say I'm going to go buy something that's 20 minutes from my house. I didn't say I'm going to go buy something where my father-in-law bought something and made money. I said, where does the data point me to? The entire country is my playground. Where does the data point me to? And that's the methodology that I used. So, and sometimes, the characteristics of idiots is some person who has lots of experience tells you something that's not true and you believe them. A person in 2011 told me I could only get 10 single family loans and I already owned 10 single families. I should have gone and investigated. And, Google is wonderful. It would have taken me 5 minutes to say, how do you get more loans when you have 10 loans? The answer is, you wrap them into a portfolio loan. And by doing that, you can basically get more loans. I didn't do that research. I was dumb. I was stupid. And basically, I realized that once you get to 10, the only way forward is to go into multifamily, which doesn't have any restrictions. You can buy 1 million multifamily units if you can afford them. And so I moved away from single family too early. Instead of dropping out of single family in 2011, as I did, I should have dropped out of single family in 2014 or 2015 because the numbers still made sense. There was nothing wrong with the numbers. I was already convinced of that because I was running the numbers every single month, every single asset. And so I would have bought another 30 or 40 of them, which would have added maybe, I don't know, 6 million to my net worth at this point in time. But that didn't happen. That 6 million didn't happen for only one reason. I had the money. I had the money sitting in the bank. I didn't do anything with it because I listened to a smart person who made a stupid statement and I assumed that he knew what he was talking about, right? And so that piece of idiocy cost me about $6 million.